Glory to God. Hallelujah. All right. So before I start, if you have any questions pertaining to your work, your career, your business, please put it down. After my session, we'll be taking questions all together. But first of all, can we celebrate Pastor Daffy? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You may please have your seat. Okay, so I know that he has spoken, and what he has given to us today, you take time to put it together, and it is not something that should be trivialized. This that he has given to us today, I kid you not, I'm afraid of interviews. And this is coming from someone who interviews people. But I am afraid of interviews. But after hearing him speak like this one time, that you must rehearse, when I was going to get my new role, I rehearsed. And to God be the glory, I got the new role. All right. So I'll just quickly I'll just take us back a little. So I know that we have a mixed audience here, and I want to say that some people are not on that level of going for interviews yet. However, we have people who are still in school. I want to tell you quickly how very important it is to have good grades as you are in school. I had a friend that left the university just before Pastor Daffy had a friend that left the university just before him. And the friend called me back and said I was in my 400 level. She was already out and she was already in the labor market. And she said to me, whatever you're going to do, make sure you finish with a 2-1. And I'm like, this is my 400 level. I think this advice is coming too late. And I finished with a 2-2. However, you are still in school. If you are still in school and you have the opportunity of making good grades, I beg you with everything, make it. You know why? I'm going to paint 2 scenarios to you now. There's somebody who finished with a 2-2. And there's somebody who finished with a 2-1. Both of you are 24 and you finished, Already you have limited yourself to some kind, or you have taken away some kind of industries or companies that will not take you because you had a 2-2. And the funny thing, you might even be more smart than the person that had a 2-1. The person that had a 2-1 might just have crammed la poor. However, how do you show people that don't know you that you are intelligent? It is by your credentials, by the grade you finished with in school. That's what they are meeting first. Oh, let's separate those that had 2-1 and those that had 2-2 and those that had third class, and then they separate you like that, and then they're able to employ you. So for a company that does not take 2-2, you have already limited yourself from gaining entrance into that company. So I work with a bank, and there are 2 entry level types. Let me say it that way. Or maybe 3. The third one is still a subset of 1. The first one is that you have a 2-1. You are not older than 26. It's called a graduate training. And once, you write the test, write the interviews and all of that, they enroll you into a training school for some number of months. And immediately you're done, you have passed. You become what in the banking parlance we call it ABO, Assistant Banking Officer. Let me tell you the grades. God, thank you. In ministry, we have level 7 for graduates, level 8 if you have a master's. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but something like that. You have level 9. So for banking, it is banking transaction for the one I know, or some banks call it ET. Entry level 1, entry level 2, assistant banking officer. So if you had a 2-1 and you're going to enter into some banks, for instance, you are going to leave ET1, ET2, and you're going to enter ABO, assistant banking officer. Now, if you enter with the normal, I had 2-2, we are looking for a CSO, and maybe you write your test and interview and they take you. That's the other entry type. You could be 24, you could be 26, and then they take you. You will start from the ET1. Let's say that you are very good on your job and they promote you every 2 years, which is the minimum. They promote you the first 2 years, you're already 26. Then in the next 2 years, you're already 28, that's ET2. Then in the next 2 years, you're already 30, that's ABO. Meanwhile, for somebody who had a 2-1, you're coming in directly and you're coming in as ABO. Remember, you have already won 5 years. How many years? 4 years, maybe. And then you know the beautiful thing again. If you now come in as an ABO, the next year, because you're a graduate trainee, your promotion is not in your line manager's hands. It is automatic because you're a graduate trainee. They believe that you have something. You are special. You are intelligent. They call you management children. So it is possible that you now come, you are 30 years old, 81, 82, ABO, and then you have a boss who is 25. Do you see what you've done to yourself? Do you see what these people that did not have a 2-1 have done to themselves? Do you see it? You've already taken away some kind of advantage that you could have gotten because you had a good grade. So if you are still in school, so that it will not be as if we neglected you and then we're talking about interviews and you are even still in university. If you are still in school, make sure, do everything to have a very good grade, at least a second-class upper. Glory to God. Hallelujah. So make sure you have a very good grade. However, we have another set of people that they are done with school, or some who will not even go to school at all. And yes, in this generation, it is very possible that you don't even go to school and you're doing very well by the means or by the aid of professional courses. Let me say this. If you're going to do any professional courses, don't do it because you feel like, if I do this professional course, I'll get a very good job. They will pay me very well. Money is never enough. The more money you have, the more money you want. The more money you make, the more problems, maybe not problems, the more expenses that comes. Why is Dangote still looking to open a refinery, get it running and sell fuel? He has money, you know? He has money. If he dies today, he can never go poor. However, he's not stopping because the more money you have, the more expenses you have, and the more, you want to make and want to earn. The moment there's somebody else who is doing that your own job and is earning more than you feel like, yes, I should be earning more than this too. So money should never be a determining factor as to entering into a professional course or into a professional field. It should be value. It should be what makes me tick. It should be if I wake up every day, am I happy to go to this job? It should not just be, let me just do what Pastor Dafe is doing, maybe because I can get jobs easily or whatever. It should not be that. Money should never be your driving force. You will always need more money. Money can never satisfy. You cannot say, I have $1 million in my account, so I'm okay. No. So money should not be your driving force. So to my own topic of the day, growing up in your career. Growing up in your career. I want to say this. Growing up in your career starts from the very, very mundane things. It's not about, first, your professional, maybe now I've gotten a master, so they will promote me. That's not how promotion comes. You've already gotten the job. Pastor Dafi has taught you, you're going to get the job. You've already gotten the job. However, when you now get the job, what are the things that you can do to ensure that you are growing in that job that you are in? Very simple things, but some people do not know. So I'll be sharing on it today. And I want to say first that human beings are the hardest entities to manage. Human beings, when it comes to human beings, you say, we are all adults, we should do it well. We should just, no. Yes, we are all adults, but we will not do it well because we come from different backgrounds and we are different people. So human beings is or are the hardest entity to manage. But what are the things you can do to make sure that while on that job, you're growing? Simple things. Very recently, I was opportune to be on an appraisal table. Like I said, I take interviews. And I'll tell you that the very little things matters. Your hair, your dressing, the way you package yourself, the way you speak, the way you look into your interviewer's eyes. Maybe even if he's online, because we have a lot of online interviews now. The way you project yourself. You might not know anything, but the way you're projecting yourself would even make them interested in you and want to learn you more. Glory to God. So there are the little things that matters. Little things. So like I said, I was opportune to be on, an appraisal team. And I can tell you for free that as simple as greeting, good morning, greeting your other colleagues, as simple as it is, it has shut people down from being promoted to the next level. I have heard somebody tell me before that they said that you don't used to greet somebody. Me, I don't used to greet. And then they were going to remove my name from the promotion list because I don't used to greet. I'm like, greeting? Not even the job. I do my job well. I come to work every day and you're telling me that because I don't greet. Greet who? If I don't greet who? You greet me too now. Must it be a one-way thing? And you might even assume that I'm not greeting you. I might have greeted you. You might not have seen it. Then why will I not greet you? We don't. So as simple as greeting is, it could make them take your name off the list of, promotion, or somebody they're going to favor, or they're going to send you out of the country because, there are different things, different types of benefits that you can get. And by people sitting down together and just communicating or deliberating that who should we pick, the little things that you think don't matter are the things that actually count. So yes, we've all done our jobs. So yes, we've all met our targets. What's going to differentiate you? The little things. So I'm going to be just telling us some things that we can do, some things that we should pay attention to, some things that you think don't matter that actually does. Like I said, type of hair, dressing, your interaction with others, your colleagues, your guys. So let me quickly chip this in. So most of the companies we have now, they'll say, we go by first name basis. Do you get? Most companies now, we go by first name basis. So when you get there, it's a culture shock to you because you're coming from a Yoruba house where the person that is just 1 year older than you, you will put Boda or Auntie. But yeah, they're telling you that we go by first name basis. And when you maybe get there and you see somebody that is like 15 years older than you, and you can see other people calling the person by name, you would fall in line. You would also call the person by name. But don't make that mistake that since we call ourselves by first name basis, you now call your Oga by first name basis. You now speak Yoruba and say, oh. For people that are not Yoruba, I don't know how to explain this because I don't know how it is in Igbo language. Is there O and A in Igbo language? Even if it is the Igbos amongst them, be sure that you are respecting them. Once in a while, Chipiti, my Oga, I know they do like that now. Do you understand? You can relate with somebody without calling them O, A, and they know that you respect them. So never make the mistake of saying that because it is a first name basis, everybody, we are the same. No. Those little things that you think don't matter, they actually do. They do. So whether it is first name basis, if it is like you have a Yoruba boss, once in a while, speak Yoruba and say, my Oga, let them know that even though we are calling ourselves names, I still respect you. It's not negotiable. Because that person is your Oga. And if you look at it truly, it is that person that will speak for you when it comes to promotions, when it comes to the fact that maybe they want to give a benefit to somebody. It doesn't have to be necessarily promotion. It could just be that they want to send somebody to abroad. I've seen my colleagues go to Brazil on the platform of the job. I've seen my colleagues go to South Africa and they pay them good per DMs. So the little things that you think don't matter actually do. They actually do. So when you're at work, you're not just at work to say that at the end of the day, I'll do my job and I'll go home. There are some things that you need to pay attention to. For instance, your KPI. Your KPI. What's KPI? Key Performance Index. You need to know what your KPIs are. You need to know what your deliverables are. Yes. You need to know what your job descriptions are. What am I supposed to do on this role? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Am I missing the deadlines? Am I delivering as when I ought to deliver? Yes, year end is December. However, my appraisal is going to be in October. Am I rating myself based on December or based on your October achieved goals? Simple things like that. And let me say this, never be part of the losers at your place of work. The losers are the ones who will gather together and be gossiping. And what did they give? What did they rate that person? So after you know what they rated the person, how will it help you with your own rating? Or after you've gossiped about somebody, how will it help you? And there's a way it is. For people who gossip and talk, there's just this distinct smell around them. Not, I mean contextually, not, there's this thing about them. There's an aura around them that these ones, they are the losers. So when you get into an organization, look for the high flyers. Associate with them. Don't be amongst the background people that are, talking and gossiping. And when we they increase our salary, and so they will not increase the salary. And so they are not okay. They will not increase. So your talks amongst you, will it actually increase your salary? It won't. So what's the essence of coming together during work periods and then you are talking, you are gossiping? It makes you look like a loser. We can smell it. When somebody gossips and is not doing their jobs with their whole heart, you can smell it, you can tell, it's an aura, you can feel it. So never be part of those people who are in the background watching things happen. Be amongst those people that are making things happen. And if already at the moment at your work, it is like as if you are just somewhere there and you are just in obscurity, nobody is really seeing you. There are some things that you can do to make sure that you are projecting yourself. You are projecting yourself. So in no particular order, I'll just say these things. Number one, daily have a to-do. Daily have a to-do. And the to-do is not just today, I want to achieve my goals. No. Today, I want to make, for instance, I want to call 50 people that will help me meet my targets. Today, I want to make sure that I'm able to bring in 20 million naira. That is my target if you divide it per month, per day. Or today, there's a report my boss gave me to be submitted at the end of the week. I want to get it done today. Or there's a learning process you're supposed to finish within a month. I want to make sure that I do 10% of it today. Write it out very clearly. Write it where you can see it. Write it where somebody else comes to your table and they are looking at you. They are seeing your to-do. They know that this person is a very serious person. And when you are asked questions like, that report I gave you to do when, the one you're supposed to submit on Friday, say things like, oh, I have it on my to-do today, and I will make sure that I get it to you before Wednesday. The deadline is actually Friday, but you're telling the person that you get it to them by Wednesday. That person will definitely take you as somebody very serious. Carry yourself with a serious aura. I watched a content creator, and he was talking about things to do in an office environment to show that you're very serious. He said, number one, walk very briskly. Like you're walking, I want to get to my job. You're not just, hi, hello, hi, over there, you, hi, hello. It's you that everybody knows that you will greet everybody. You will leave your seat, your work during working periods. And then you're going to be saying, how are you? Your shirt is fine today. It doesn't give you that serious aura. I'm not saying that you should not socialize. By all means, socialize. But do it outside of working hours. Do it outside of working hours such that people know that they cannot come to you to come and tell you something that is not related to work during working hours. And when I'm talking about the people, I don't mean just your bosses. I mean even your colleagues. Let the gist amongst them be that this person is serious. I don't like this person. He's too serious. I got a comment very recently. You are too serious. I said that's the kind of comment I want. Be telling me I'm too serious. It means that on my job, if you have an issue, you will come to me. And that's what actually happens. On your job, when they have issues, you, the serious person, is the one they will come to because they know you have a solution to give. So carry that serious aura. Carry your job on your head. Let people see that you want to do your job and you want to do it well. You're not just doing your job to say, I'm doing my job, and I'm just earning money. We can tell from a supervisor's point of view. If I see two people who are working, I can tell that this person is just doing a job to earn money. And I can tell that this person is doing a job with all of her heart. So there's no way you're going to rate the two of them the same way. It's not possible. There's no way you will rate the two of them the same way. Do your job such that your bosses, they're even looking at you that, is it not the same job that this person is doing? This person is doing it so well. Let them perceive it that you take your job so seriously. It's a perception. There are sometimes that you might not have so much to do, but you're on your system looking at it like as if you will enter this system today and bring the words out. It's a perception. There are sometimes that I'm feeling sleepy at work, and then I'm looking into my system as if today, this carry on the screen, I'm going to bring it out. And you're looking at it, and somebody that is passing will not know that you are feeling sleepy. They will think that, the focus she has on her job is 100%. That's how they will look at you. And if you're feeling sleepy on your work, don't doze. Don't sleep. Stand up, walk around, chew gum. These little things, as I'm telling you, they really matter. They really, really matter. You would think that I've gone for an appraisal conversation, and I heard somebody say, this one I used to doze on his job. And he comes to his job, he comes to work every day. However, that comment will not allow him have the... Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you're carry that aura that I am serious. Another thing you should do is that make your boss look good. Make sure that you're projecting your boss in a good light. Don't go to people and be saying that, and that my boss, he does not really know work. I'm even the one that is helping him write the paper that they told him to submit. No. Rather, go to your boss and ask him that, how can I help? Do you think I can help? Let me take this one off of you. Let me attend to this one. And if I have any problems or any challenges or any hiccups, I'll just come to you so that you can guide me. You're making it look like he's still the one guiding you. Meanwhile, you know what to do already. Okay, let me take this one off of you. Let me quickly see what I can do about it. Or let me read up on it and see how I can help. Those little things, they matter. You are projecting your own boss in a good light. Not that you are going about and spreading terrible things about your boss. My boss is not. Those things, word goes around. You think you have told one person, somebody else will tell another person, and then it goes around and it goes back to your boss. How do you expect your boss to rate you? He's supposed to rate you on the job, right? But there are little things, little behaviors that actually matter, that would impede that perception and say, no, this one that gossips about me, this one that doesn't talk about me well. So if he's going to rate you, yes, you have done your job, your target says that you've met it, but it won't give you the best that you're supposed to get from that rating. Read your job, as in know your job, to an extent that when your bosses, your level mates, when they want to ask questions, they are coming to you, they know that you are solution driven. And even if you don't know it at that moment, they know that you will help them to get a solution. So do your job in such a way that even your level mates, as it were, your level, that's the same, your team members, people that you're on the same grade with, if they have a job or if they have an office today, they want to hire you. Because they know that you don't need supervision, you will work by yourself. You will not go about gossiping, you will face your job. That job you have come to do, you will face it and you will do it and you will get results. You will get results. Some other little things that some people don't think matters is that you make your bosses happy. I'm not saying buy them gifts, no. But as little as, your boss likes cold water. My oga, and there's cold water on the 3rd floor. You can always get cold water there. Showing that you care, just a little more than the job. Show that you care actually about the person. I worked with somebody who you cannot get into a personal space. You cannot. But there are little ways that you can do these things. There's cold water there. Do you want to get cold? You're not even going, you're not his errand or errand boy or errand girl. You're not going to get the water for the person, but however, you're pointing him towards the right direction. Say, and there's cold water here. You're not buying it, it's free. But you're telling him, go there, you get cold water. Did you get the cold water? Was it really cold? As simple as that is, it has left an impression in your heart. So make sure that you are trying to make your boss happy. I'm not telling you to be a sycophant and just say, my God, you want to polish your shoe? Let me quickly help you. No. Or you want to wash your car? Let me pay for the car washing. No. Those are not the kind of things I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ordinary things that will not, make you lose who you are. You're not supposed to go and carry plate and go and buy food for your guy, except you are in some kind of ministries that that is a norm. I don't know what levels, but when you enter, the first part of your job that you will do is that you will buy food. I've worked in a place before like that. The youngest people there are the ones that will go and buy food. I'm not asking you to do inhumane things like that, no. But there are some little gestures that you can make that would leave an impression in the hearts of your bosses. There are little things that you can do. Then you talk at meetings. You have a meeting, they've called a meeting. Make sure that you talk at meetings. Make sure that in any meeting that you are invited to, you go with your pen and your book. Make notes, jot things down. It gives you a serious aura. And then when you actually make notes and jot things down, Outside of the meeting, they will come to you and say, hey, please, can you remember the second point that person made about, because they know you wrote it down. So they find you reliable. You have presented yourself that you are reliable. They can come back to you if they need any other thing. Make notes. Make sure you talk at meetings. Even if you are paraphrasing what somebody has said before. The person has said that it is good that we focus on our customers this year because our customers are the ones that will bring in the numbers. Then you will say it again in another light. Oh yes, our audience this year will be the customers who will make us make our deliverables achievable. I've said the same thing in two different ways. Make sure that you talk with confidence. Let them know that, okay, if they ask you a question, you're presenting in a meeting or you're in a meeting, you're asked a question. Oh, really? That crossed my mind earlier and I was thinking I should do a little research on it. Let me get back to you on that. You say it with a lot of confidence that nobody's actually thinking that you don't know the answer. You're getting back to them on that. They might not even come back to you on that. But you have made yourself to look like you know what you're doing. Oh, yes, that crossed my mind earlier and I was thinking that I should do a little research. You know what? Give me till close of business, I'll get back to you. It sounds very professional. However, you have just told them that I don't know. But you did not say I don't know. What's your name? I don't know. It's different from, oh, really? I thought I should know my name, but I would go about it. You know, I'll do a little research and I'll do a little research and then I'll get back to you. Not just, don't ever say I don't know. If they ask you any questions about your job, never say I don't know. Say, I don't know. No. Let it never come out of your mouth. Oh, really? Yes. Give me some minutes. Let me get back to you on that. I have an idea about it, but I just want to make sure that it is in line with the process flow. So you do a little more than your job. When I say do a little more than your job, you're interfacing with maybe 3 teams, and then you interface regularly. Make sure that what they are doing, you know a little of it. You know a little of it such that if they make a mistake while giving you a deliverable, you can spot it. You can spot it. So I work with a team. I'm not sure I should be so clear about it. And they gave me a deliverable, and there was a shortfall on it. And I should not know naturally. But I went to my boss immediately and said, I think there's a shortfall on this computation. I said, really? How do you know that? I said, because I looked at the offer letter, I looked at what the payout should be, and I see that there's, discrepancy on it. I said, really? Okay, you know what? Take it up and let's see what will happen. And I made sure I followed through. And when I went back to that team, they were surprised. I said, I've read your terms and conditions, and I see that what you should have done is a 70-30, but what you did for me was a 50-50. He said, really? Can you provide the terms and conditions? I gave it to them readily, and then they said, wow, okay, you know what, let's get back to you. And they paid the shortfall. But if I had not known a little of their own job, it would have been like they've just given you, and you've accepted, and you've not done anything wrong. But you have gone the extra mile to know what they do, such that even on your own job, you have exceeded what you should have known. And you have even exceeded in your own space. So know a little of what, or the teams you are interfacing with, know a little of what they do. So that when they even make mistakes that should feed into your own inputs and then give you another output that will not look like the original thing, you will spot it. You will spot it. Know a little of what the people you are interfacing with, know a little of what they do. Like I said before, be willing to take off jobs from your bosses. Be willing to help them lighten the load. You feel like they have so much on their table. As little as, can I just make sure the Excel looks neat? Can I work on the Excel for you to make sure it looks neat? You've taken away something from him. It's not your job, but he's going to appreciate you. He's going to see that this person is willing, to help. This person sees the work as a teamwork. He's not just coming to work, doing our own bits and going. You're going the extra mile. So when they're going to appraise you or when they're going to speak for you, they will speak very well for you. So when things like that person does not greet comes up, say, no, and she used to use greeting to finish me. How come you're saying she doesn't greet? Or maybe she just going away. Let people have nothing bad to say about you. Go to your job, do your job, carry your serious aura. Even when it feels like you don't have so much to do that day, do your seriousness with seriousness. I see people that go to work and then they're watching movies on their screens. And then you're not even smart about it. You're watching movie on your screen. and then you're, bringing it up. How do I know? You're bringing it up such that every other person can see it when they pass. How? You're being paid for a job and then you're coming to work to watch a movie. It doesn't make sense. You can do it. You shouldn't even do it. You shouldn't do it. If you want to watch a movie, wait till close of business. Watch a movie on your phone. However, some people just say, I have a light load today, so let me just take out time to just refresh and enjoy myself. And it's already 4 now. It's just 1 hour to go. Never be caught doing such. Never. One time like this that you do it, it has tainted your image. There's nothing you want to tell anybody again and I don't do it again, no. But you've done it before, so you had an unserious mind back then. So what's making it serious now? Carry that serious aura around you. Carry the serious aura around you. When people are looking for who to give tax to, let it be you that will cross their mind. Because the job that they have given to you, in the little that you have been given, you have done it so much, so well, that people are looking up to you to say, what does this person even do? How does she even do it? It's the same 8 hours or 9 hours you have per day. How does she manage herself? Let's be yourself, make yourself a case study that people are trying to see. They don't necessarily have to like you. I mean your level mates. Your guys have to like you. If they don't like you, confess it every day until they like you. I got to a job and my Oga didn't like me. And I began to confess it. Pastor is my witness. I'm favored by my bosses. I say it every day until my Oga could not do without me. Glory to God. Your guys must like you. Whatever it is that is not making your Oga like you, begin to confess it and make sure you also work on yourself. If your guy is complaining that you come late to work every time, then make sure you don't come late to work. Even if you stay so far away, if you come late to work maybe once a while, she stays so far away, and it's just, a one-off thing. But not like 3 times in a week, dear boss, apologies, I will be late. So another time, I'm already looking at my phone. Is there a dear boss already? Do you understand what I mean? Is there a dear boss, apologies, I will be late already? You shouldn't let people have that perception about you. Carry that aura of seriousness. Carry that aura of seriousness. Be willing to take jobs off your bosses. Be willing to, project your boss in a good light. Respect your bosses. Don't partake in office gossips. The small things, for instance, your level mates, they made mistakes in their reports. You shouldn't now go and rat them out in front of the boss to say, they made mistakes, but me, I did not make mistakes. Correct them. Make sure that you correct them. I think you have made an error here. However, if the person is not taking correction, then your guy will not see it. There's a way you will remove your own work from what they have done. Do you understand? So that it will not spoil your own work. Depends on the kind of job you are doing anyways. If it is something that will still spoil your work, then take it off that person and say, you know what, I'm going to handle it. And let your guy know that, yes, I'm handling it. I need a little bit of, timeline to make sure that you get this, whatever it is you're delivering at this so time. Because there is a way my colleague did it that I'm not very sure you will like. So I want to do it in another way so that you look at it and then you're comfortable with the results that you're achieving. Do your job up to the extent that you can teach it. There are 5 people. And then they are looking for somebody to train or teach somebody who is new on the job. Let it be you that will come to their mind. Let it be you. Let them be looking at you. Let them be looking for you. Where is this person? He didn't come today. He has to be the one to teach. Let them wait for you. Have that value. Add value. And make sure that you put that value on yourself. Project yourself. Be doing your work in your own space. But make sure that you are seen. Some people say that I'm doing my own job. But I don't want it to look like as if, no, I'm doing... see me, or how do they call it? Carry me, or eye service. I'm not asking you to do eye service, but whatever job you are doing, make sure that your bosses know you are doing the job. Make sure that they're not letting you, some people are not taking the glory for the same job that it is you who is actually doing 80% of. And that's where speaking about what you're doing actually matters. You're speaking to your boss. You say, "Oh, the job that you've given us to do, I'm the one handling the part of data collection and data analyzing. And when I'm done, they will make the statements that we need to make from it." Let them know what you're doing. Project yourself. Don't hide under. Don't say, "I don't want to do eye service, so God will project me." It's not. It works. God will project you, but you should also project yourself. Project yourself in a way that when people see you, they will not have any doubt about it that this person is serious. This person knows what this person is doing. And have a resolution mindset. You are bringing a problem to your bosses. Bring a solution along with it. You are bringing a problem to your bosses. Bring a solution. It might not even be a complete solution, but it might just be a nudge in the right direction. I'm thinking that we should do it this way, although I'm not very certain what the outcome will be. But I think it will be different from this outcome would get if we stuck to the normal way of doing things. Monitor your own work. Measure yourself. Have personal goals on your own job. Like Pastor always says, anything that doesn't get monitored doesn't get done. Monitor your own self. Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I going in line with my key performance indexes? Do I know my job description? Am I doing it as I ought to? Am I doing it well? Monitor your own work. Measure it. Even before the time for appraisal or time for any review comes, you already know what you've done. So they are not asking that, so what would you rate yourself? And you say, I'll rate myself. I'm an exceed expectation person. I'll rate myself exceed. I say, okay, so your budget, you were supposed to meet 500 million deposit. How much did you bring? I brought 250 million, and you are still rating yourself that you exceeded expectation. Meanwhile, you didn't even meet your budget. Monitor your own work. Let your bosses know on time what the constraints, whatever constraints you have, let them know on time that these are the constraints I'm having and these are the reasons why I will not get this done. However, I'm pushing myself to make sure that the constraints I'm having, I will still be able to surpass the limit it is putting on me. Like, growing up in life is not the responsibility of your parents or your colleagues or your friends. Growing up in your career too is not the responsibility of your bosses. Rather, it is your responsibility. By doing the very simple, basic things that you think does not matter, but actually does. Glory to God. Time for questions.